Hey YouTube, Kira Twig here, bringing you guys my Performapal deck profile for August 2014. This is a fun deck that I made along the side of all the other main decks I'm making out of Duelist Alliance. Still a fun trolley deck with lots of shenanigans. The main point of the deck is to get out your big monster, Oddeyes Pendulum Dragon, along with using all the skills of the Performapal monsters, which involve switching attack points, lowering attack points, and vice versa. So we'll go ahead and get started. One of the first Performapals you use is Performapal Whipsnake. His ability is pretty much a shield and sword. Once per turn during either player's main phase, you could target one face-up monster on the field, switch its current attack and defense until the end of the turn. It's so trolly, pretty much because you can do it on your opponent's turn, which is very fun. So pretty much if your opponent gets out a monster with a heavy amount of attack points, use Whipsnake to switch its attack and defense, and always make sure that whatever you're switching, it's lower than his attack, so they won't be able to hit over it, which is 1700, which is a pretty good high rate attack point for just a level 4 monster. And I also run 3 Performapal Swordfish. He's great just for the fact that when you summon or normal or special summon him, all monsters your opponent currently control lose 600 attack and defense. And if you special summon a monster while you control this card, all monsters your opponent currently control lose 600 attack and defense. With pendulum summons, this card really goes off crazily. If you summon Swordfish plus 2 Whipsnake, that's a total of 1800 attack points being lost, or if you were to go out with another Swordfish, that's just even more life being lost because of the effect stacking. It's a great card to use, making it easy for your weaker monsters to hit over your opponent's high attack point monsters, plus it's very fun to do. Plus, I also run 3 Performapal Skeet Skimmer. Pretty much this guy, he's pretty much for stall. You can summon him. If your opponent attacks into him, you can switch him to defense mode and negate that attack. So meaning they'd have to attack again with another monster just to get rid of this guy. Like I said, he's great for stall just so you can wait to set up your plays. I also run 2 Performapal Kaleidoscorpion. I don't use him much for the pendulum effect. I use him more for his monster effect, which is once per turn you can target one face-up monster you control this turn. It can attack all special summon monsters your opponent currently controls once each. It's great pretty much because with your main monster of the deck, which is Oddeyes Pendulum Dragon, meaning Pendulum Dragon can attack each of the special summon monsters once each, and using his own effect, which doubles all damage of level 5 or higher monsters, making your opponent take a lot of damage with just one monster attack that turn. I only run 2 though. It is a level 6. It can get kind of cloggy at times. And I also run probably my favorite of the Performapals, just because how he looks, he's so cute. Performapal Turntoad. His abilities are in the Pendulum Zone. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster on the field, switch the current attack and defense until the end of the turn. It's pretty much a Whipsnake for the Pendulum Zone, and its monster effect is once per turn during your battle phase, except during the damage step, you can target one monster your opponent. You do now one monster you control, my mistake. Change the battle position, and if you do, switch its current attack and defense until the end of the turn. Great if you got a Performapal stuck in defense mode after switching it, or just being summoned that way. Switch it, switch the attack and defense, and it can hit for a pretty good attack. The best combo is with Skeet Skimmer. Like let's say the turn before, you special summoned it in defense mode. You have Turntoad, so you can, during the battle phase, target one monster you control, change its battle position. If you do, switch the current attack and defense. Meaning Skeet Skimmer would switch from 500 attack to 1600, making it a pretty bigger heavy hitter. I also run for the main pendulum monsters. I run 3 Time Gazer Magician and 3 Stargazer Magician. They're the best ones to use pretty much because you could search them out with Oddeyes Pendulum Dragon. The scales 1 through 8 mean you can summon all of your Performapals, including Oddeyes Pendulum Dragon, making it great, easy, viable to use all 3 of them. And plus their spell and trap negation effects really help so you can get your attacks off. The main heavy hitter of the deck, I run 3 Oddeyes Pendulum Dragon. His ability is for the monster zone. If this card battles an opponent's monster, any battle damage this card inflicts to your opponent is doubled. It's pretty much an awesome effect, and the pendulum effect is you can reduce the battle damage you take from a battle involving a pendulum monster you control to 0, and during the end phase you could destroy this card. If you do, add 1 pendulum monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand. You can only use the pendulum effect of Oddeyes Pendulum Dragon once per turn. So you can pretty much search out Stargazer Magician and Time Gazer Magician with this effect, making it a lot easier to set up your pendulum scales. Plus, I also run one Blackwing Zephyros the Elite. I like this card pretty much because it's easy. You have a lot of face-up cards on the field, including the pendulums, making it very easy to special summon Zephyros. And for the spells, I run 2 Hippo Carnival, pretty much because I do not have an extra deck for this card deck at the moment. You can make one, you just have to be very precise about which cards you want to use. Hippo Carnival just helps with that stall, 3 tokens, making it so next turn you'll get out your big plays. Your opponent has to attack the Hippo tokens, plus it's part of the whole Hippo Carnival Performapal deck. You cannot go without a Performapal deck and not use Hippo Carnival. I also run 3 Supply Squad. Pretty much this card, once a return, if a monster you control is destroyed by battle, by battle or card effect, draw 1 card. Pretty consistent, just adds draw power to the deck. I also run 3 MST, just so you can clear back row up. 2 Dimensional Prisons for traps, and 2 Mirror Force. 1 Solemn Warning. 2 Breakthrough Skill. The Breakthrough Skills really help with unnecessary monster effects you want to get over with your Performapals. And 2 Wire Taps. I basically said before, I don't have an extra deck at the moment. Am working on one. But I would suggest maybe just generic rank 4s, rank 3s. Like I said, the levels are all over the place. Rank 2s. Just so you can be situational about your plays. That would be my best advice for you with the deck. Arcs, Exotons, Paps, Utopia, whatever exceeds you think. I am also working on a variant. If you want to work Synchros into the deck, you could take out the Zephyros, maybe a couple other Performapals, add in cards like TG Striker, Gen X Ally Birdman to help out with your Pendulum plays and your Synchro plays. So yeah, that's it for the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and Kira Twig